Welcome back, everybody, from Westminster Studio. This is the Buzz Podcast. This is your host, Nate LaRiccia, joined by my co-host, Mike Boucher. Mike, spell your last name.
Boucher, that's how you spell it.
Exactly.
Just kidding. Boucher. It's French. Hopefully everybody will get it someday.
What's your gamer tag again?
Waterboy 233701.
You got to embrace it.
PlayStation, right? Yeah, not Xbox.
You know that reference? Well, the person who I just asked is our special student-athlete guest for today's pod is women's basketball senior Brooke Lyczek. Brooke, how's it going?
It's going. How are you?
Good. Don't act too excited. Now, we didn't have the best first impression here. We had some technical difficulties. I mean, it's been a while, Mike. I mean, they logged us out.
Well, what we do here in sports information is we adapt, and we didn't have the login credentials, but we figured it out, and that's what we do over here.
That's the key. Just adapt and keep plowing through. But Brooke, thanks for joining us today. You just got out of class, is that correct?
Correct.
You beat us here.
I try.
Never been back here before, so you really appreciate you making the journey. What class was it again?
Big data and sales.
Big data. Sounds like a rapper. What'd you learn?
About sales, selling some things.
And using data, I'm guessing?
Yes.
What were you selling?
We're just talking about different things that you could sell across the countries and how you would promote it and sell it in different areas.
Okay. Is that one of your favorite classes this semester?
It's not too bad.
That's a political answer.
How
many classes you got right now?
I have 4.
Okay.
So I would say
it's in the top 4?
Yeah, I would say in the top.
That's an honest opinion. So you're a sports management major and / business administration, so dual major. Do you have a favorite major of the two?
I kind of like the sports management aspects of everything, so I kind of lean towards the sports management stuff.
What's been your favorite part of your sports management side?
I kind of like.
There's a right answer, by the way.
I kind of like doing the practicums because it gives the real world experiences, and then also getting them internships and job shadows here and there.
Your advisor was a really cool guy as well.
That's terrible rumor. Oh, Nick, yeah, well, he left. He's at Pitt now. But yeah, Brooke was a former practicum student. She did a great job with us. Do you remember working with us, Brooke?
Correct.
It was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
What was your highlight?
I kind of liked taking all the action pictures during different types of games.
I kind of forgot you did that, to be honest.
Wasn't a fan of the filming, but the pictures was...
Live stream.
Yeah.
It's got to be done, though.
Yes, true.
If we don't do it, who's going to do it?
Who knows? Someone else.
So you're a senior, so, do you have any post-graduation plans set up already, or are you going to stay local, far?
I haven't really decided yet, but I'm kind of leaning towards somewhere close, and my postgraduate plans, I want to be an athletic director, so I'm trying to figure out where I can find different areas to pursue that.
Coach Daffler, watch out.
Yeah.
So you kind of picked his brain a little bit, or what?
I've been talking to him, and he's been helping me here and there, and then I've also been talking with my high school athletic director, and she's been helping me along the way.
Are you looking to high school or college, or does it matter?
I kind of like the high school, the Whitfield 6A, which it's a bigger school, and it's kind of the size of Westminster, but it's different. It's just high school, not college.
Okay, very cool. So sports information, not your thing. That's what you're saying. You could be honest.
I don't know.
Is it top 50 of
Maybe.
your career choices? Yeah,
possibly.
It's like Kevin Hart. Remember Kevin Hart?
Shout out Kevin Hart.
He was part of your practicum class, wasn't he?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So yeah, he graduated early. Shout out to Kevin. Do you think he'll listen to this, Mike?
I highly doubt.
What do you think he's doing right now?
He's hanging out playing Call of Duty on his couch.
Well, you got to take a break. He worked hard for 3.5 years. I'm not saying he didn't work the other half. He graduated early.
It is pretty impressive. I didn't graduate early. I was 4.5 years, so I graduated late.
Wow, I was 5.5, but who's counting?
No one's counting.
All right, Brooke. Now, you injured your wrist.
Yes.
Is it still injured?
It's fixed, but it's
fixed.
Still.
Yeah, no cast, no wrapping.
Nope.
Look, just a little swollen.
Yes.
So what exactly happened?
It was an injury that happened during practice, and I broke my hand trying to steal the ball.
That's your specialty, too. They call you the glove?
No.
They should. They should start now. So it was kind of a fluky thing, or just got tangled up, or what?
I'm not really sure how it all happened, but like I kind of tried to like pickpocket someone who was driving, and I guess the way I tried to do it, it just snapped.
Did you know right away that something was very wrong as soon as you went down?
Yes,
Yeah.
It was instant pain.
I mean, have you ever broken anything before?
Nope, this is my first like real injury, so it was kind of heartbreaking. But
Wow. So what's your status right now?
honestly, I don't know. I'm going to therapy and everything, and hopefully I can get back out there as soon as possible.
Okay. So you're hoping to be back on the court.
Yes, I'm hoping.
So just we'll get into women's basketball. Or we'll get into the season here in a little bit. So I think 7 games left. And I know you got to pick up that stick eventually too. You know what I mean? That's where you
Yes.
really need your hands. And we're talking about the lacrosse stick, the defending PSC champ over here.
Yes,
Right.
I'm hoping I'll be back for the season. Hopefully it won't affect anything.
I just heard you were going to be late for pitcher day.
Yes,
What's up with that?
I got class.
We got one picture day over
It's
here. We
just
got
one.
to get everybody in there.
Hey, we'll wait for you. You could come in whenever. So, I was disheartened when I heard about your injury, but I'm glad that it's not season ending or career ending. That's a positive, right?
Yes, very positive. Positive vibes.
Positive vibes. That's what we do here. And because you were averaging career best, going. This is kind of your season. I mean, this from my vantage point. You're always kind of like that sharpshooter, but then you also defended well. Would you agree those are your kind of go-to skills?
Yes, for the most part, I agree.
What do you like better? Do you like picking it off and taking it, fast break, layup, or do you like draining a 3 from the corner?
I like it when it starts on defense because then it like builds up the adrenaline just to go in for the layup, and there's a potential you can get fouled and do an and one play.
Okay, I like it. Now, women's basketball, off to one of the greatest starts. I mean, definitely since I've been here. And it's comparing to, you don't want to. I don't believe in jinxes, Mike. Do you believe in jinxes?
Neither do I.
Brooke, do you believe in jinxes?
No.
Does Coach Scott believe in jinxes?
No.
We sure hope not.
Subchick believe in jinxes?
No.
Okay, good. I mean, really, the best start since, really your championship, NCAA tournament years. 15-3, 8-1 in the PAC, second in the conference currently. Like we said, 7 games left. I mean, the 15 wins with still numerous games left. It's already the most wins in 6 seasons, Brooke.
That's insane. We're doing pretty good. I'm proud of them.
I mean, did you get any notion, or did you have a feeling during the off season like, hey, this could be our year?
We've all talked about it, and like we have set up different types of game plans, and now to actually see it, it's pretty amazing to see how far we've come, especially us seniors when we started so little, and then we kind of grew as a group, and now we're performing pretty well together.
That's what's cool too. So you have 5 seniors, right?
Correct.
And they're all they've been here all 4 years, correct?
Yes.
So that's pretty remarkable. I mean, every once in a while you'll have those few seniors here all 4 years, but you'll have the transfers, you'll have maybe the players who didn't play their first couple years, but all 5 seniors played all 4 years. So you guys been through it all. You've been through the highs and lows. Is it that much rewarding that you're having that type of success now?
Yes, because it's seeing like all the growth that we've come as players, and especially with newcomers coming in, and like especially us as a group, we've kind of been the leaders, and like you said, seeing it through since the beginning. So it's pretty remarkable.
Yeah, definitely. I think the one thing that I've noticed, there's something different about this women's basketball team this year. And not saying there wasn't success in the past, but this team, clearly looking at the records and the way the games have gone, something's different about this team. And so what in your mind is what is different about this team that's made you guys so successful?
I would kind of say like our chemistry is kind of growing together. We've done a lot of things together. We're executing plays, and we're just one big family. It just seems like we're really close this year. I mean, it's not like we weren't close in past years, but we're just clicking, I guess.
What were your preseason goals? I mean, was it like any other year? I mean, I know every team will say PSC championship, and that's always the number one goal. I mean, was it kind of like normal, like, all right, here we go, or was it something different? That mentality going into the season.
Well, we did have the goal of winning the PAC and making our run for it, and we've also said we've always come up short in either the first or second rounds, and we just want to overcome that and be bigger than what we are and just move forward.
So we mentioned your injury, not to bring it up again, but what do you consider your role now? I know you're hoping to get back as soon as you can. You don't want to rush things because you still have, playoffs. You still got the lacrosse, and you don't want to damage it any further. But what's your role right now as a senior?
Well, even before I broke my hand, I was like, my teammates have always been there for me and cheering me on. And now that I'm sidelined for a couple, or mostly maybe the rest of the season, I'm just supporting them, trying to be a leader, cheering them on the bench, just doing everything they did for me when I was out there and just being everything I can for them.
What's one thing that you've learned the most throughout your time here as a women's basketball player?
I see myself as maybe a leader now, even though I'm not one to speak up a lot, but I try to do what I can and help the young folks on the team and cheer them on as much as possible. Even though if I'm not always doing it, just know that even if I try to do it, that I'm trying to promote myself and be there for them.
You're kind of one of those silent leaders, but you kind of show by example, but when you do speak, when you do get fired up, that shows even more something.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, you're one of the leaders on this women's basketball team, and you've played in almost every game, I think, in your career, at least 25 games every season. So after you've gone down with an injury, has Coach Scott kind of asked you to take on a different role here now that you're injured and aren't on the court? Does Coach Scott ask you to do anything different, to lead a different way now that you can't exactly do that on the court because you are a soft-spoken kind of player?
I would just say she always enforces positive touches, so I just give out there and give them all high fives, the clapping, and if I see something, I'll tell the person who did something wrong, or I try to help them and do something better, and just look forward.
Do you have cool hand fives?
Do I have cool hand fives?
Is that a word? Hand fives, bumps, high fives, whatever.
High fives, I think, is what he was looking for.
You could fives with your arm, I guess.
Yeah.
So you got to be specific, how you're fiving. Do you have certain handshakes and stuff with certain teammates?
No, not so much. Maybe just a high five or a fist pump here and there, but just.
So you guys are kind of boring with that. You gotta do something cool.
Yeah, we can try.
See,
next game we'll pull something out.
Yeah.
When we had Josie Toporser on the podcast as one of our guests earlier, and she said that they had very specific handshakes for volleyball after sets and whatnot. So kind of surprising to hear that.
We have different handshakes for the starting five, but here and there.
But what are those? Well, what's the cool? What's yours? Or do you have? So depending on who you're high fiving or shaking hands with, right?
Yeah. So it's most.
What's your favorite one? What's the most creative, most steps involved?
Well, I don't really participate. I participate in it, but Maggie's the one who
Monahan?
Yeah, Maggie's the one who does all the high fives, all the chants, and she gets everyone hyped up, especially during when the starting five, and she has a cool handshake for everyone. She does the cool one with Kayla where they do a little chest bump and then they do a couple different high fives here and there.
Okay.
I personally like Megan Polchinski's where she spins around after giving Maggie a high five. It's my personal favorite.
Now I did notice your pregame playlist, which men's basketball can take a note because they have a CD. Who has CDs anymore, right?
Yeah.
So they play it. You guys play it from your phone, and we did get a new CD player, so it does work more than the former one. But I did notice on your pregame playlist, I feel like every player has a song that was per their request. Is that correct?
Yes.
What's your song?
Well, I didn't really have one, but we all came together, and when we put the "I Don't Get Tired" by Kevin Gates song came on, and we always get hyped by that song, and especially we beat the W&J, and it has a lyric that says "Dead Presidents," but we still.
Ooh, bulletin board material.
But we would all say that would be our favorite song.
We love our friends at Washington and Jefferson. We great people over there. Aaron Thompson,
great guy.
Andy Stanko, great organization over there at Washington and Jefferson.
Who do you have a rival? You think in the PAC?
I would say maybe Grove City.
Okay.
Grove City always brings good competition, and we always play our best when we play Grove City too.
I mean, it's really probably going to come down to, in all honesty, you guys or them. I mean, there's a lot of parity in this year. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
So, looking forward, I mean, it's going to be an very exciting finish this women's basketball season. I might come with you guys. Do you guys travel together with the men's team, like for away?
Yes.
You take the same bus. So I might go to the Bethany game. I just found out their SID. They're having a kid very soon. Their first kid. So did you know their SID is married to the women's basketball coach?
No, I did not.
Yeah, the Sansoms.
Sansoms.
Erica and what's his name?
Brian Sansom.
Good memory, Mike.
Brian is the women's basketball coach, and Erica is the sports information director at Bethany.
They might need statistical help for that doubleheader. So your boy might help out. We'll see. I might make the trip. Can I get the front seat, or do I have to sit in the way back?
You can probably get the front seat.
Rose might stare at me angrily, though.
When you travel to basketball games, who takes the back and who takes the front? The guys or the girls? Where do you sit on the bus specifically?
Well, since there's 2 rows, we sit the girls on the left and the guys on the right. So the team, and then we double up.
So it's kind of like a 6th grade dance.
That's pretty orderly. I was gonna say there's a lot of order behind that.
Do you guys have chants? Do you guys sing on the bus?
Sometimes.
Or is that middle school?
We did a lot of singing over winter break.
Did you?
We played some Christmas songs going to away games.
There you go. Like boys and girls. I mean, both teams, men's and women's. They both sang along.
We had some non-conference games where we didn't travel with the guys, so that was back when we didn't have the guys on the bus. I don't know if they would participate.
Okay.
I feel like Coach Scott is so intense that she wouldn't be about singing on the bus. She would want everybody focused with their headphones on before the game. So that's mildly surprising.
I could see it's kind of like the women's basketball team. It's kind of like, would you consider them family, right?
Yes.
As a men's basketball team, are they kind of like extended family because you guys spend so much time? And those aren't like right across the town trips. I mean, an hour, 2 hours. You know, when you guys had to go to Thomas More, even longer. Are they kind of considered your extended family?
Yeah, they're all really close, and we all get along with each other, and it's like conversations here and there. So I would see it.
Who's the most entertaining player on the men's basketball team? We know a couple former practicum students.
I would say Isaac.
Yeah,
it's a popular answer.
What up? Why would you say that though? We know, but why would you say? Give an example.
He's just a ball of energy, and he's just always so exciting and gets into things, and especially during warm-ups, he's like always dancing, and we just enjoy the energy he brings.
Who's the best dancer on the women's team?
On the women's team, I would have to say Alasia.
Really?
Yes.
What's the song that really gets her hyped? Is it on the playlist?
I think. I don't remember the exact name of the song, but she always like gets down and does a little shrug here and there and gets into the music and the beats.
Beating the presidents?
Maybe. Possibly.
So Alasia's the best dancer, but who dances the most? Doesn't have to be good. She could be a terrible dancer, but who dances more than anyone?
I would have to say Maggie. Maggie breaks out the moves here and there.
Okay. Now we mentioned briefly that you're a defending PSC champion on the women's lacrosse team. They only a third year of existence last year when you guys won the inaugural PAC championship. What do you remember from that year?
It was insane. Like, I wasn't expecting it. Like, after freshman and sophomore year, it was just kind of like not going through the motions, but it was more like just working to get like our skills up and just bettering ourselves, and to see it all come together last year was pretty cool. Like, I wasn't expecting it, but I'm glad it happened.
Did you jump in the lake?
I did.
How'd that go?
It was just a little chilly.
Like, what were you thinking? Like, who started? I forget. Was it Bria, Margot?
It was Bria, Margot, and then D'Amico.
So they're all three like, hey, let's go over.
Yeah.
Were you even thinking, or were you just like so pumped you weren't even like, hey, I'm just going?
I was pumped, but then I was also thinking to myself, am I really going to jump in the lake right now? Like, do I have to? But I did it, and it felt good. We won the pack, so.
Was jumping in Britton Lake kind of a whim decision, or was that something you said like in the middle of the season, like if we win the President's Athletic Conference Championship, we're going to jump in the lake, or was it spur of the moment?
I kind of think it was both. Like, we talked about it, like if we're going to win, let's just go jump in the lake, and then it was also like, hey, we just won, let's go jump in the lake right now.
And that's something you'll remember for the rest of your life.
Yes, most definitely.
All right, so truthfully, which sport do you like more or better?
I've been playing basketball since 4th grade, and I've really grown to love the sport, and it's brought me some of my close friends, and I'd have to say basketball, but I wouldn't say like I like it more. It's like a fair match, because I've also met some of my closest friends during lacrosse season too, even though I've only started it 3 years ago.
So if I ask you in April, you'll say lacrosse. Maybe.
Maybe, I don't know.
Because you have a lacrosse shirt on, maybe then.
Maybe. We'll see.
Because you did say when we did the Meet the Team video introduction, and do you remember what you wanted to say when I said, why'd you come to Westminster?
Yes.
We won't say that over here, but we know.
We know.
We remember. We don't forget. But yeah, we're excited about the women's lacrosse season. It's actually starting February 15th, which is crazy.
Yes.
You going to make that game?
I am not.
You're away. Aren't you guys away that day?
For lacrosse?
Yeah.
I believe
You're at Kenyon, but for women's basketball, you guys are away. That's a Saturday, I believe.
Yes.
And then the home game, February 19th, and that's the Bethany game, right?
I believe so. I'm not entirely sure.
It's safe to say you won't be at the first couple games.
No, but I'll be cheering them on.
Yeah, for sure. Do you still have to go to practice and things like that, or how does that work?
I've been doing some physical therapy, so I haven't been a chance to like go to any lacrosse practices, but if I can make some, I just go and stand outside and watch them practice so I can get a feel with the new coach and everything and how things are going.
Okay. So how'd you get involved with sports? Did your parents play, or were you just always been a part of it? Where's your passion come from?
Well, my parents both played sports, and then I've always followed, since I'm the oldest of my two brothers, I followed in like my cousin's footsteps because they always played, and I was like, why don't I do something? So I started out with soccer, and then I got bored, and then I just I went to
No
basketball.
offense, G.
No offense, Coach the car.
I just like different aspects of different sports, so I just moved around, tried different things.
What sports did your parents play?
My dad played football, and then my mom played volleyball.
Just high school, or did they play collegiately as well?
They just played in high school.
Okay. So they come to all your games?
Yes, they try to. They try and divvy it up between my brothers and I.
Okay. So your brothers are involved too?
Yes.
In sports? Okay. What year are they?
They're a junior and a freshman in high school.
Okay. Are they looking? Are Westminster coaches recruiting them, or?
Not yet.
Okay.
They're still working on it.
They will, though. They're interested, though, to play collegiately, or they're just...
I think they will.
Okay. I like it. So you mentioned high school. Seneca Valley.
Yes.
How'd that go?
It's good.
Was it good? Good experience?
Good experience.
Are they a big school?
Very big.
Okay. I always get confused with the Whippy. I'm from Ohio, and we have different classifications with how big the school is. We're just like Division I. We don't get on this AA, AAA, 6, because the larger number is the bigger school, right?
Yes.
So that's the opposite of in Ohio. So you guys are a big school. How many were in your graduation class?
There was at least 600.
Oh my goodness. So you knew everybody, right?
Well, I moved in my freshman year, so I didn't really know a lot of people, but I would say I at least knew half.
Where'd you move from?
From Strongsville, Ohio.
Ah, OH.
Yes, IO.
Are you an Ohio fan?
Yes, most
So
definitely.
you're more of an Ohio fan than a PA fan?
Yes.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Okay.
So coming from a high school of 600 plus people, what was kind of your journey to Westminster? Like, it's kind of hard to get in front of coaches to get recruited when you're at such a big school because they're looking at so many other people. So kind of what was your journey to come here, coming here for basketball and lacrosse?
Well, it was definitely different. I wasn't expecting. I really didn't know if I wanted to play. And when the assistant coach, who is no longer here, I believe it was Coach Jay, reached out and asked if I wanted to come and visit, I fell in love with the campus. Like, I knew coming from Ohio, like, everything was small and, like, the high school wasn't that big. And then coming to Seneca, it was huge. I figured I wanted to go back down to a smaller area, and I just fell in love with it in basketball. And then having the opportunity to play a sport I never played was pretty cool.
So when you came originally for basketball, I don't think lacrosse, that wasn't even announced, right, that it was going to be a varsity sport, or did you have an inkling that it might possibly be when you came?
I had no idea.
So it just kind of worked out.
Yeah.
So you mentioned, I know I should remember this, but you mentioned you did play lacrosse, right, in high school?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't never play lacrosse?
No.
So this is your first time ever playing lacrosse?
Yes.
Wow. That's impressive.
Yes.
Because you were all conference last year. Mm-hmm. Do you remember getting that?
Yes.
That's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Honorable mention.
It was pretty cool.
So you're defense, right?
Correct.
Defender? Okay.
Yes.
Do you kind of want to, now as a defender, so midfielder is kind of you could score as a midfielder. I mean, you're more controlling, hence midfield. I mean, the movement and everything, right? We're still learning lacrosse. We're learning on the fly.
We are certainly learning on the fly.
But do you kind of want to get some shots in, or what?
Here and there. I mean, sometimes playing defense, I can run the ball up, and I think I had 3 goals last season, but I don't mind it. I like defense. Defense is my specialty. I like it in basketball. I like it in lacrosse.
What are some similarities between lacrosse and basketball from a student athlete standpoint?
Well, from playing, like, there's, like, different play calls that are, like, the same, and there's, like, pick and roll, all that jazz, and then there's, like, even, like, the players, it's just everyone coming together playing the sports they love.
I'll be honest. Do you wish women's lacrosse was more physical?
Yes and no.
Yes.
Because, I mean, I feel like you get hit here and there, but then I also don't want to get hit here and there, so.
But here's the thing. Like, I understand cross-check, body check, head check, safety first, right?
Yes.
But shooting it hard in front of somebody and not even touching them with your stick and you get called for a foul, I mean, that's a little different.
Yeah.
Do you want that? Do you agree with that, or do you want that modified going forward? Or it's part of the game.
It's part of the game. I don't know.
Do you know what I'm saying though? Isn't that a foul? Like if you shoot too close to somebody?
Yeah, it's called I believe it's shooting space. You get in their area, you don't follow through with you don't want to get hit. Got to keep you safe. You're not really wearing any much protection except for like your eye goggles.
That's true. But maybe you should wear helmets. What do you think of that?
I don't know. I don't know if I'd play if I had to wear a helmet.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't think I could roll with that.
Roll with that. You never know, Mike. It could come.
Well, I mean,
It's a possibility.
I mean, men's lacrosse is very different in the way that game operates. They have helmets and they're very physical.
A little more physical,
yeah,
right?
a little bit more physical. Yeah.
So, so pretty soon here, Brooke, it might be the next thing we talk about. First of all, have you ever listened to this podcast before?
I listened to bits and pieces of like Alasia's because I know Alasia did this. So
yeah, so just bits and pieces. That was a good one.
Did
Just listen to the whole thing.
I don't know.
Did Alasia give you any pointers on how to come on here and sound good?
No. She just said, "You got it. I have faith in you."
So you did tell her you're coming on.
Yes.
Nice. You're like, what am I getting myself into?
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if she told you about the rapid fire.
She did mention that.
Oh, did she give you? Because some of these might be the same questions.
She didn't give me questions. She just said there's
good.
a rapid fire one.
Now, courtesy of Josie Toporser, she renamed this for us, which I'm fully on board. It's called a slow burn.
Ooh, what's that?
You know why?
Why?
Because rapid fire is supposed to be like bang bang, right? And we don't do that. We get sidetracked and we continue to talk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So this we'll have music when you listen back. You're gonna listen to this in its entirety. I know you are.
Most
We're
definitely.
gonna have music that will get you pumped.
All right.
But you can't hear it now.
Okay.
But the listeners don't know that.
Will Coach Scott be listening to this podcast?
Maybe.
I hope so.
Possibility.
Co-
Probably.
Coach Swearingen listened to the podcast when Josie was on here, so we actually have a good coaching following with this podcast.
You sure do. Your teal trip is how far is that usually that takes you?
30 minutes.
All right, so we're going on 30 minutes right now. So if we wrap this up, we get it posted, and you guys got to leave when?
We're leaving at 3:30 today, I believe.
Okay. Do you have another class, or are you done?
Yeah, I have another class at 12:50.
Oh shoot, we better hurry up, Mike.
We got
Maybe
plenty
we should
of
make
time.
this rapid fire.
we'll go
All right.
somewhere in between rapid fire and slow burn.
Okay, I like that. So here we go, Mike. You got the questions?
I got the
I
questions.
text them to you.
I got the questions right in
You
front
want
of
to
me.
start us off?
Wait, we can start us off here. All right. So, first question in the slow burn section of this podcast: do you prefer texting or talking?
I would have to say texting.
Favorite day of the week?
Fridays.
All right. Favorite city in the U.S. besides the one you currently live in?
I really enjoy Cleveland.
Back to my question. You don't play on Fridays.
Yeah, but
So your non-game days are your best favorite day. What's up with that?
I don't know. It's just like a relaxing day. It gets you pumped before the game.
Okay. All right, is it me?
Yep.
Is it wrong for a vegetarian to eat animal crackers?
No.
Just a question. You got all tested.
I don't know.
I think it's the thought behind it
It's a mentality.
that's the
Yeah.
problem.
Weird
Yeah.
question.
It was a curveball.
Well, it makes you
We were
you
real
think.
simple, and then I threw that one in.
Threw me off.
They're like, no, should it be? All right, Mike.
All right. Nickname your parents used to call you.
They still call me it, but they call me Brookie.
Rookie.
Yeah.
That's what we call our niece. Do you have cool nicknames on the team that you can say on the air?
They call me like Broccoli.
Broccoli.
Yeah. I don't know
All
why.
right, you gotta elaborate. You gotta elaborate on that one.
I'm
That is
not
a good
really
one.
sure, but I just kind of roll with it.
Yeah,
See,
is that a compliment?
I'm not really sure, but they either call me that or Brooklyn. So
Broccoli. Broccoli with cheese, or just straight up broccoli?
just broccoli.
That'd be sweet if like you drain a 3 and you say broccoli with cheese. There she is.
Who has the coolest nickname on the team?
I don't know. We all just have our like own little inside jokes for everybody's nicknames. I guess I personally think mine's pretty cool. Like, who else calls each other broccoli?
No, nobody. That is
So you
the answer to
embrace it.
that.
Yeah, I roll with it.
Without knowing the meaning behind it. All right, last song you downloaded.
Homesick by Kane Brown.
Are you really good with lyrics?
Not so much. Maybe if it's like playing, I'd be not like off the top of my head.
So if you had an entrance song, so a song you're coming into the gym or the lacrosse field, what song would that be as you're running out there?
Like a little hype song.
Yeah, no, as you're being announced, like there's a song playing in the background. What
You know,
song would you
softball,
want
baseball,
that to be?
like when they're coming up
yeah.
to the plate.
I kind of like the song "Hey Ma, I Made It" by the Panic by the Disco.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Big fan. He teamed up with T Swift
Did he?
for that one song.
Ooh.
He's a big.
I took that question out, but not T Swift fan.
No, not so much.
How come?
I don't know. She's just kind of maybe when I was younger, not so much now that I'm older.
I may or may not have been to a couple of her concerts.
Ooh.
It's kind of a wife thing, you know. I mean,
yeah.
I like her too, though.
Yeah.
But you gotta appreciate the artist she is, though. You know.
True. Kind of, I don't know, grew out of that phase. Grew out of T Swift.
So you haven't listened to any of her new stuff?
No, I haven't.
It's a great album. Check it out.
I will. Maybe after this,
No, you
I'll
won't.
check it out.
No, you won't. All right. Why do I always get the weird questions? I mean, I guess I put
It's
these
just
questions.
how it's set up.
Would you rather be able to speak every language in the world or be able to talk to animals?
Maybe speak every language. And not, I don't know.
You don't want to talk to you? You're not a pet person?
I am, but I feel like you can talk to them in your own little way. You don't need to like speak animal talk to.
I mean, how many times they say, "What do you have? A dog?"
I don't have any animals, but.
Oh, I thought you just said you did.
No, I'm a pet. I used to
Oh,
have a
you're a pet person,
Yes.
but without pets.
Yes.
So how could you be a pet person without
I mean,
pets?
I used to have a dog.
I mean, didn't you ever wonder, like, what are you barking about? What's your deal? You never said that to him?
No.
Oh.
Not so much.
Okay.
All right.
You'd be real marketable if you could speak every language in the world,
Yeah,
especially in your profession.
that's what I'm going for.
All right. Favorite holiday and why?
I love Christmas, and it's because I get to spend time with all my family, and especially since we live in Pennsylvania and everyone lives in Ohio, we get to travel and go see them, and it's a good time.
So you're a Browns fan then?
Yes, absolutely.
Sweet. I don't know about that. These Steelers fans out here, I don't know about them.
There are a lot of
You know,
them out
you know
here.
this guy's from over here?
Where is he from?
Philadelphia.
Ooh.
It's a common reaction out here.
All right, you a Harry Potter fan?
Yes.
So you didn't read all the books?
I didn't read all of them. I
You
watched all the movies.
You watched all of them?
Yes.
Did you read any of the books?
I read the first one, but then I was like
The whole thing?
maybe halfway.
It's pretty long.
Bits and pieces.
to be
You're
fair.
kind of bits and pieces kind of. You got to read the whole thing. It's a great book. It's a great series.
It is a great series, but I rely more on the movies.
You know what's really good?
What?
The audiobooks.
Really?
Yeah. Are you an audiobook person?
I can't.
What's your
be.
commute back home from here? How far?
Like 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah. That's like a solid, like, probably 3 chapters you get in. And you know what's the best part about it?
What?
You don't have to pay for the audiobook.
Really?
You know who you could get it from?
Where?
Mike?
I know you can say I know exactly what you're gonna say, but
Well, that's where you're supposed to jump in and say.
I'm gonna
Your
assume
local fine library establishment. That's where you could get it from.
There. So
All right.
you put it better anyway. So
There's a reason why I brought Harry Potter up. So if Voldemort offered you a hug, do you know who he is?
Yes.
Would you accept?
There's a possibility.
Wow. Wasn't expecting that. You give him a chance?
Yeah.
Second chance?
Everyone deserves a chance.
he's only been trying to murder someone for his entire existence. No big deal
I
though.
wouldn't trust that guy. Props to you, Brooke. Okay, Mike.
All right.
A few more here.
So if you could travel back in time, what time period would you go to?
Ooh. Not sure what time. I'd travel back maybe into like a different war period because I really like history and seeing all that stuff would kind of be pretty cool. Just any type of war, I guess.
So you don't have a favorite one that you get into?
No. They're
Were-
all pretty interesting. Like, I mean, learning about the history of them.
Did you have grandparents or great grandparents involved with any of the wars?
No.
Okay.
Just
You just like it.
like history.
Cool. All right. Favorite junk food?
Favorite junk food. I like potato chips.
Any flavor? Just
Just
regular?
the regular kind. Classic.
Bake?
Not so much.
Okay. Bits and pieces?
Yeah.
All right. Favorite childhood TV show?
Wizards of Waverly Place.
This is a pretty good one.
Never.
Nate probably it's
It's a
a
classic.
it's a Selena Gomez special
Was that
that
a
was on.
millennial TV show?
Yeah, it's more like our
Was it on
time
Disney?
period. It was
Yes.
it was a Disney classic. It's,
Mike, big fan.
well, it's not that I'm a big fan, but it's like I'm in my low 20s, so I know what it is. It's kind of what pushed her into superstardom.
Didn't he kind of start off like he was a huge
Yes,
fan?
it
Yeah,
did.
now he's kind of backed a little bit.
You got to know what it is.
All right, Brooke. Favorite number besides your jersey number?
13.
Well, you're quick to that.
Yeah.
Would you rather wear 13?
No.
You were 23 for both, right? Crossing.
Yes.
So why 13?
Growing up, my favorite two numbers were 13 and 23. And so since I couldn't have, 13 was my soccer number. And then coming into basketball, I had 23. So I just stuck with basketball and 23. But if I had choose another number, it would definitely be 13.
Was anyone wearing 13 for women's basketball when you first came?
Casey was. So I went with 23. Had to go back to
She just
the-
graduated, so.
Yes.
Yeah. You could have switched for senior year.
I couldn't.
Just don't switch in the middle of the year, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One of your teammates likes doing that. Switching numbers. You know who that is?
Women's lacrosse teammate.
No, and women's lacrosse and basketball.
She did both.
Yeah.
She was switching
Oh,
numbers.
well, I mean, but she's a teammate for both.
Yeah, but she
But
was
she
switching
switched
for
during
women's
lacrosse.
lacrosse.
Wojcinski.
Yeah.
Oh, Megan.
Yeah, you got to tell her to stop doing that.
Good old Megan.
It's hurting us.
We'll try and tell her.
Makes our lives very difficult.
I'm feeling 20 today.
Very,
Just changing it up.
I think it's illegal. Yeah.
she's very superstitious, clearly. All right. Have you ever worn socks with sandals?
Yes. I've worn them with my Birks.
With your Birks.
Yes.
That's kind of a basketball. Isn't that kind of like a? I feel like that's kind of like a student athlete thing. Get out of workout, get out of therapy. You got your big kind of flip flops on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And socks. Is that kind of like a thing? Or do you,
Yeah.
do you go to class like that? I mean, is that
I
kind of
don't
like
go to class like that, but
you
I
go to
definitely-
Applebee's like that?
No.
Okay. Pauly G goes to Applebee's like that.
I'm pretty sure Josie was anti
Oh,
that.
Was she anti?
I'm pretty sure.
I thought she was all about it.
I'm not. I don't remember particularly. I remember Paul was. He was about it.
I'll have to listen back.
Yeah.
All right, just a couple more. Scale of 1 to 10, how good of a driver are you?
Like 10 being the best.
Yeah, 10 being like a NASCAR driver.
I'd say like a 7, 6 or 7.
Have
I'm
you
pretty good.
Have you ever been in an accident?
I have not.
That's probably better than a 7, though. Most people have been in an accident.
Mike got pulled over yesterday.
Well,
Goodness.
that's
Right on campus.
That's a rumor.
So
Shameful
unfortunate.
to the whole department.
That's
what
a,
happened, Mike?
That's a rumor, and we don't need that on the Buzz podcast.
No, it's staying. What happened? Brooke wants to know.
Well, you know, it's just it was not a traffic violation, but I have an expired inspection sticker that Ohio people don't know about because they don't have to get their car inspected. But in PA, you have to get your car inspected. I didn't get it inspected on time, and the officer didn't like it. It was very unfortunate.
Sounds very unfortunate.
So you have an Ohio license plate, right?
I have a
Oh,
Pennsylvania
you have a Pennsylvania PA
yes.
one? Oh, yeah, sorry. You're from Strongsville, but then you moved your freshman year. That's right.
Yes.
So you have to get. Is yours inspected? Is it up to date?
Yes, it is.
Well, I'm taking it in tomorrow to get inspected. To be fair.
Unbelievable. All right, last question. Invisibility or super strength?
Super strength would be pretty cool. Be able to move things, be strong all the time. Who wouldn't want that?
But the invisibility cloak saved Harry Potter's life.
Yeah, but you could also.
But
be
you wouldn't have known
strong,
that
like
because you didn't finish all the books.
I finished all the movies.
Oh, that's true. So you know.
Invisibility wouldn't really help you in athletics, though. Like,
Yeah, it could. Sneak up on them. Take the ball away.
well, how would you stat those games with someone who is invisible?
Well, as we're crossing by, like, hey, I just scored 2. Put them in.
Like super strength, that definitely helps you in
Yeah, and if you had
athletics.
super strength, you'd possibly be able to dunk the ball. Like, that'd be
Exactly.
pretty cool.
Exactly.
That's a good point. All right, well, that sums up. Now you know why we call it the slow burn, thanks to Josie and not rapid fire. But thanks for playing along, and thanks for joining us again, Brooke. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Was it everything you hoped for and more?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Get you
Pretty cool
pumped up. You got
experience.
Teal tonight,
Yes.
right? As we mentioned, pretty excited about that.
Yes, I'm very excited to cheer on my teammates. Hope they bring home a win.
So we want you to think of different handshakes.
I will.
And what was the other suggestion we had? I'll have to listen back, but I can't.
I can't remember.
But either way, we're looking forward to a great finish. Quick recovery, full recovery. And once again, we really appreciate it. This is Brooke Lyczek, senior women's basketball player. Come out and cheer her and her teammates on. And women's lacrosse is right around the corner, less than a month away. Come out and cheer them on as well. Make sure you follow Titan Athletics on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And for all things Titan Athletics, including feature stories, schedules, video, and everything in between, go to athletics.westminster.edu. Thanks for listening to The Buzz with Nate LaRiccia, Mike Boucher. How do you spell your last name? And our special student athlete guest, senior Brooke Lyczek. If you like our show and want to hear the full thing or bits and pieces or none at all, The Buzz and our past shows, check out the Apple Podcast. Search The Buzz Westminster. I tried it today, Mike. I searched The Buzz, didn't show up. I don't think we're relevant yet.
Well, we need to.
But if you search
Apple.
the Westminster Buzz or the Buzz Westminster, it pops up. And TitanRadio.live.com. Go Titans. Thanks for everything, and tune in next time. Appreciate it.